All right, now let's go ahead and begin to shape this cloak. And this will come down, of course. Let's shape this cloak over her. Over the head like that, in other words. Now, let's go ahead and bring this down here. Okay? Let's start shaping this area in here. Just like that. Bring that's sticking out too far. We have to bring that closer to the head, as we say here. And then we just kind of see how that, now it's exaggerated a little bit too much, as we see, just like that, but in a general sense. Now, around the head, as you can see, the head still really isn't sticking out that far in such a way. So, what we do to give it more depth is to do this. We take our knife and we cut where around the face, in other words, like this. Well, let me see. Let me do this. So we cut into that area here. That gives it more of a depth. When you cut and you actually cut into these areas around the face here, see how that gives more depth to it right there? And you come over here and you just sort of cut down where you give the face an indication that it's deep into the cloak there, in other words. Same thing up here, where it looks like it's got depth. Now we can take our V-tool and do the same thing. Let me show you. Let me get my V-tool. Okay. And we can do the same thing. Look, taking your V-tool, you go around the outside. See that? Of the figure. Being careful now, because of this edge. Go around the outside of the figure in here. And so dig that out in there. Makes it look like her face. See, her face is coming out of the piece. And you can do it with a knife. It's not that hard. But you just need to be real careful what you're doing. See, like that. See it? See how the face suddenly comes out? How it all comes out and just like that. Okay. Now I'm going to work on this face just a little bit. It's still not quite what I want. You see that more depth, and you can work on the face even more. See that from the side now? See that? From the side, then you have that face sticking out there. Okay, let's do this first of all, and we'll work on the face a little later. Just go ahead and get this area here. Let's get it. And you see how I take the knife and I'm sort of moving up like that? Whenever I make my cuts, it's sort of like a, see that? And on this side, sort of at an angle. And the same thing here when I come down. That puts my figure at sort of an angle of a, let me get my but I'm kind of coming up like in an angle with this. See how I'm doing that? It sort of gives it that flat, plain look, in other words. Okay? Like this. See how as I cut, it forms that little ridge? Sort of forms that little ridge like that. It's got kind of an angle to it. Let me get my okay. Just like that. All right, now, see how you make those cuts? They just sort of give it that flat plane angle to it. Okay, it's getting there. See it? See how it's beginning to shape now?